Alright guys, so I'm working on the getting the gauge cluster out, and this is a much different process than the Camaros that I was seeing on YouTube. So I basically just grabbed this piece here and pulled on it, and I've gotten it this far. Alright fellas, so I was tugging on it, and it's quite mobile now. Something like cracked up here, but I think that's just because it's old. I mean, so it's kind of a sad day there, but you can't really tell, so not a big deal. But I think I'm just going to try to rotate it like this and pull it off the steering wheel this way and see where I can get. I got the steering wheel, I believe, all the way down. Yeah, I think it's got to be all the way down to get it out. So we're gonna keep trying that, guys. As you can see here, I got the surrounding piece off. I have decided to leave the connector connected to the plastic piece for fear of breaking it. And the 4 bolts holding the gauge cluster in appear to be 7mm. Chevy agrees. I got the 4 7mm screws out, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, 1 there, 1 there. The gauge cluster is quite loose, so I'm going to try to gently pull it out and hopefully not damage anything. Gentle tug. The gauge cluster is now loose, so now I think it's just going to be a matter of angling it to get it out of the hole. Cool. Alright, so we got the gauge cluster. We're kind of working it out, and okay, that was actually pretty easy. So the key is when the gauge cluster is in the car like this, you angle it towards you and you kind of push it back and angle it, and it'll come out like that. So cool. Now I have a gauge cluster. Guys, how's it going? This is the Reversion Raceworks dash insert for the 4th gen Firebird. And as you can see here, it's got this little notch, and that's actually for ease of installation, because the factory dash surround has a pretty big push pin clip on it right about there on the other side, and that gap in the channel in the insert actually allows the push pin to go through it when you're sliding this back on, because you can't actually really easily take this off because it is hardwired to the fog light switch. So kind of annoying, but they made a pretty clever workaround on how to install it, even with the Firebird dashboard being kind of a pain. So let's get it installed and see how it fits. I got the stock gauge cluster out, sitting on the passenger seat there. Got Bobo in my lap. We're gonna try test fitting the Reversion Raceworks dash insert now. Alright fellas, as you can see here, I'm in the car, and I have the dashboard insert basically resting on the steering wheel. So what I'm going to do there is basically just move that off to the side. So I'm going to try to balance things here. I'm going to rock the steering wheel down, pull this kind of in an up and over motion, and I'm going to kind of prop it on my knee here, just so it doesn't totally hold on the wires. And now I'm going to try to maximize the steering wheel droop here. So that's about as low as it's going to go. If you pull it and you actively hold it down, it will actually go a little further. But now we're going to try to take the insert, which I have there, and fish it in there. And I've actually done this before. It fits in there really nice. So we're going to try to screw it down and put the surround back on it. So let's do that. Alright fellas, so the dashboard insert slides right in over the top. No big problem there at all. And there's 2 locator pins on the bottom, kind of hard to see. So you see the brass part, that's actually where the screw goes, and that pin is the locator. And there's 1 on each side. This is the passenger side one, or the one closer to the passenger side. And then the other one is going to be really hard for me to show, but it's there, and it all lines up real easy. So now we're just going to put the screws in, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and we're going to test fit it. It's likely that you will break at least one of them. I didn't break any that I know of, but the previous owner had broken a few. So I'm just going to be as gentle with this piece as I can, and I'm going to guide this push pin right here that my finger's on. I'm going to gently guide that through the channel in the insert. And we're going to get it all in there and make sure everything's lined up, and then we're just going to push it onto the dash, and it should click back into place. So let's give that a try. Okay, so I have the dashboard surround here just about in place. It all lined up really good. This push pin, you just gently guide it through this the channel there, and that let me get the light. You just gently guide the push pin through that channel, and it worked really well. It was very easy, but like I said, just take your time with it. Be gentle, because it is you are dealing with 20-year-old plastic here, so you want to be as careful as you can. So now I'm basically just going to get it all lined up back like it was factory and give it a good push, and the push pins should all click back into place, and we will be ready to go. After about 10 to 15 seconds of just gently pushing on the different parts of the dash surround, it's in place. Everything seems to be fitting really well, actually. You still have full range of the steering wheel. You can go up and down. And yeah, I mean, it fits really good, just like it's supposed to. Just like I would expect from quite a company like Reversion Raceworks. They've always made very good stuff. And I mean, look at that. The surround looks just like factory. Everything fits well. Everything lines up nicely. A very precision made piece, made in the USA. Doesn't get any better than that, fellas. So yeah, if you're getting a dashboard insert to run either a Holley dash or a custom gauge setup, doesn't get much better than Reversion Raceworks, guys. Very, very cool stuff. 3D printed, made in the USA. Can't beat that. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your support. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Any questions you have, I'd be happy to answer them. And make sure to check out Reversion Raceworks website.